welcome back to the Hey Char podcast. I'm Charly Reynolds, and I'm so excited today to introduce Julia Cole. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast today.
Anything to hang out with my girl.
Oh, heck yeah. This is so fun getting to see you. Every podcast, we kind of start with just the backstory, when you started singing, just for the fans who may not have heard it yet, but where you're from, when you started singing, and when you got here to Nashville.
All right. Well, I'm a Texas girl from Spring, Texas. It's just north of Houston. And I got my start singing national anthems for my own volleyball and basketball games, kind of on accident.
Yeah.
It was just kind of a party trick. My team and coaches heard us singing whatever when you're on the bus or in the locker room, just along with the radio.
Yeah.
And I started out as a duet with my sister. She's older than me, and she graduated. And then it was like, oh, do you want to keep doing it? Just you? And I was like, why not? Who cares? So I just kept doing the anthem. And then my volleyball coach was like, you should send it into the Texans. So then I started doing the anthem for the NFL, MLB, NASA, NASCAR, MLS, all this stuff in Houston, and started to kind of learn about the music industry. And it was weird how it all kind of fell into place because I was already going to Vanderbilt.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't coming to Vandy for music or Nashville for music. Yeah. I was just like, oh, the school I'm going to is on Music Row. What are the odds?
That's crazy.
I didn't play guitar yet.
Yeah.
Never written a song.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah, I kind of fell into it on accident.
Wow. And how long have you been here in Nashville?
It'll be almost 10 years.
Okay, nice. That's awesome. Dang. Well, yeah, what a coincidence.
Crazy, right?
Well, and then now, 10 years later, you have Day Late and a Buck Short, which, oh my gosh, and I'm sure everyone listening has seen this song somewhere on socials, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. It has over 80 million impressions on everything and also over 12 million streams, which is crazy. But the most exciting thing so far, I would say, is being added to Sirius XM The Highway. Is that your first song to be on the highway?
This is my first song to be in the highway regular rotation.
That's so exciting.
And it is surreal. And what's wild is the song hit 80 million views on social media before it even came out.
That is wild.
So it was just, I just teased a video of it.
Yeah.
And it just started going crazy. And so, since putting it out, it's definitely changed my life a lot.
Yeah, for sure. So what was the write for that song? What's the
so
inspiration?
Fun. So much fun. Andrew Bloom and Bonnie Diamond wrote it with me. Josh Ronan produced it. Fun. And when we were in the write, it was Andrew threw out the hook. He was like, I have this idea, Day Late and a Buck Short, but I feel like I haven't figured out how to make it land yet.
Yeah.
He's like, so maybe it's a girl song, but I'm not sure what it could be. And I was like, this might be hard to bring it home. Yeah. But if it's a cheating song where he's a day late because he was cheating and, he's a buck short, meaning he wasn't actually out hunting for deer. And so it kind of started out as us being like, this might be too hard to write. And we just kept thinking of line after line that were so funny. And we were just
that's awesome.
It was one of those writes where every single line someone yelled out, you're all just like, no way.
Oh my gosh, God. I love it.
So we had a good time.
Dang. Well, I love when the story behind the write too is so much fun with the song because it just makes it even better for the release and everything. But yeah, I literally see a video with that song still, and even when you started posting it on my page, come by at least every week at some point. I love it. It's so good, and I feel like I've learned the song more from just seeing it, on socials. So
it is so funny whenever people are like, yeah, I see it on socials all the time. I'm like, I don't know whether to say yay or I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. I love it.
We are definitely all over the place with that song.
Yeah. So in what ways would you say that song has changed your life so far?
Well, it's made me realize, some of my other songs had helped with this, but it's definitely made me fully accept that we can't pick what's going to work.
Yeah.
And you never know, and the people will tell you when they love something.
Yeah.
And a song will do the work for you. I used to think you had to just do this marketing and do all this work. And don't get me wrong, you still have to make the videos and put it out into the world. But if I made the same videos, the exact same effort on a different song, I know it wouldn't do the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's what's so crazy. It's you never know when a song's going to do the work, but when people love it, they tell you.
That's awesome.
So it makes it easier to take the pressure off when you're putting music out, because it's like, it's not up to us to decide what people are going to want to listen to on the radio.
Yeah.
And I think because of social media and having the ability for independent artists to distribute music now, which used to not be possible.
Yeah.
It's made it to where the fans can really pick what they want to hear.
Oh, for sure.
And they get loud on the internet and they say, add this or we won't listen, because we're going to go stream it on our own playlist. You know?
That's awesome. How exciting.
It's fun. I know you experience that too. Whenever a song just takes off and you're like, well, I didn't know that was going to happen.
Well, and there's times where I think like, I think this is definitely going to blow up. This is going to be the one. And it never is. It's always the most unexpected song every single time. So yeah, I totally get that. Okay, so you just played CMA Fest in Nashville. And do you have any more tour plans coming up?
Yes, tons of tour plans. CMA Fest was crazy because not only did I get to play on, the Good Molecules Reverb stage, which was like a great CMA Fest stage, but Charles Esten invited me to go perform our duet to kick off CMA Fest in Nissan Stadium.
No way.
So, like, insane.
Oh, well, that's incredible.
Like, very first performance of the entire CMA Fest in Nissan Stadium.
Wow. What did that feel like, performing in the stadium?
Surreal.
Oh, I can only imagine. And you and Charles are super close, so what an amazing moment to have together and share together, too.
When he FaceTimed me to ask if I wanted to perform with him, he was just like making so much fun of me because the face I was making was so just freaked out and shocked. And he was like, wait, don't move. I got to go get Patty. His wife Patty'd him. She was like, I got to show Patty your face right now. Don't move.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, no, it was very sweet. I obviously immediately was just like screaming.
No, obviously. Yeah. No, that is so fun. Yeah. So overall, CMA Fest is always an amazing time. So if y'all have not been to
always
CMA
hot,
Fest,
always crazy.
Yes, you're definitely going to sweat, but you're going to have a good time. So where can they all find you, like, on tour this summer? Do you have any plans released or announced yet?
Yes. Yeah, you can find all that on, juliacolemusic.com/tour.
Awesome.
There's tons of dates on there.
Awesome. Okay, so we have to talk about Poppy, your grandpa, and your clothes that you have made with his old clothes. And I think this is the sweetest thing in the world. Tell me when you started doing this, when you got the idea to start doing this, and what that means to you.
When I got invited to make my Grand Ole Opry debut, Poppy had just gotten diagnosed with cancer, and it was not looking good. I knew he wasn't going to be able to make it to my debut because it was months in advance, But I was able to ask Poppy if I could wear something of his on stage, and he gave me all of his old Western wear shirts. And I just slid into the DMs of a designer that I had seen online, and I was like, listen, I have this idea for my Opry debut. I'd love to incorporate Poppy's fabrics into a dress somehow that's still classy and like Opry-esque, but that has Poppy with me there on stage. So she helped me make my first dress with Poppy, like it's old Southwestern prints, all of his shirts are. So she helped me design that first dress, but what ended up happening was Charles Esten, called me and was like, hey, I actually would love for you to come sing at the Opry with me before my debut.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, shoot, this is actually my first time on the Opry stage, so I'm going to wear the dress.
Yeah.
So I wore it, and then I was like, well, Kelly, can we make another one? Mm-hmm. And so Kelly, her company's called The Bluff Agency, she was like, absolutely, let's make another one. So we made another dress, and then CMT was like, you're a CMT Next Woman in Country, come walk the red carpet. And I was like, shoot, I'm going to have to use a dress for that.
Like, I got to make another one.
Kelly, can we make another one? And by this point, it had become a thing where I was like, this is the most connected to my family I've felt while on stage. It was my favorite thing to talk about because I was like, Poppy loved country music more than anyone I know. His thing was, he was like, I'm going to drive the tour bus when you have a tour bus one day. I've got my CDL. Like, he was...
That is so sweet.
He loves the Opry more than anybody.
Yeah.
I know. And so that's kind of how it started. And then slowly but surely we started incorporating it into like more casual show pieces that are jeans and shirts and belts and my guitar strap. Like, you'll see my guitar strap in a second. Cool. All of Poppy's prints are like down the guitar strap. So it matches all the outfits now too. And
that is so special.
He's always with me.
I just love that so much. I like cry over that. That is just the sweetest thing ever. And
my Cajun man.
yeah, I love that so much. So you still incorporate, have you made any pieces recently?
Oh, we've
so you're still,
like there's this whole rack of
that's
of like
awesome.
poppy pieces that I have. I turned my second bedroom just into a closet, and it's just like this whole rack of the whole room is just poppy stuff basically.
That is so awesome. I love that.
And Kelly's been really great about using the pieces in a sparing way to where like they're hits on the clothing, and I can reuse the belts and things like that and mix and match stuff. But it's been really cool just seeing what creative things we can come up with and
for sure
keep Poppy's memory with us everywhere.
I love that is so sweet. Well, when I first met you, which I think was in Napa, right? The first time, well, not officially.
That's when we first hung out.
Yeah. Well, when we first hung out, we bonded real quick because we got in a hot air balloon accident.
Trauma bonding.
For real. We literally were in a hot air balloon accident in Napa. Up. Crashed into a car, classic.
Like on landing, basket, full speed runs into a car.
Yes.
With all of us in it.
Oh, yeah, with all of us in it. And
a
man in between
it.
Yeah, that's the craziest part. I'm going to put the video that Julia was taking right here so y'all can see this. Landing.
Everybody. All right.
Oh my gosh, how is this going to work?
Oh my. He is going for it. All right.
Okay, we're going.
Here we go.
This moment because it was so crazy. We're just like, haha, we're landing. And then it's boom, boom, and it just crashes. It was crazy, but also kind of fun memory. But I just hope that everyone lived. Was okay.
Everyone lived to tell the tale.
Yes, we did. But when I had kind of, during that time of hanging out with you and we played the listening room and stuff, you were promoting Life After You, the EP, which I'm so obsessed with, so I had to talk about it. I love all the songs, but especially Your Boy and This Ring. So can you just tell the story a little bit behind that EP and the process of writing those songs? Because I know they were very vulnerable to write.
Absolutely. It was the hardest project that I've ever written. And it's 10 times harder to perform it than it was to even write it. But it is step by step the process of calling off my engagement. And every single song, it takes you through like my mentality of where I was in that moment. And it goes from deciding whether or not to stay or leave, then making the decision to leave, then dealing with kind of losing the family afterwards, which is Your Boy. It's a letter to his mom. And then it kind of, the last song on the EP is Life After You. And it's figuring out how to exist in this world without someone you were so used to having. Yeah. And, that project has kind of continued through all the songs that I put out the rest of the year. It was just the next piece of healing. Tequila Helps was like, okay, quit feeling sorry for yourself. Yep. And sometimes it's your girlfriends coming and picking you up off the floor and saying, we're going out. Yes. You're going to be okay.
Yeah.
And, kind of gets into the healing era. And then you've got your spicy hot girl summer. I'm ready to get back out there.
Yep.
And now, like, the next batch of songs they're kind of in that in-between stage where it's like, I'm not dealing with the hardest part of the heartbreak anymore, but I am not like in love with anybody or probably ready to get back into something serious like that. So they're kind of this in-between stage of like trying to move on and figuring out what I'm going to do next. Yeah. And it's all just happening on paper.
That's so cool.
It's
to be
crazy
able to watch, like watch the progress and see, like hear the progress through your songs is so cool.
I had never realized this until this project because I hadn't, like you said, I hadn't really done anything as vulnerable because I hadn't been through anything as public and personal as this. It was like everybody knew about it. It was in People magazine, and it was embarrassing, But I realized that writing the songs is therapy for us.
Yeah.
Performing the songs is torture. Performing the songs is therapy for everyone else.
Yeah.
So it was really hard for the first 6 months to sing any of those songs.
Oh, I bet.
Especially like This Ring.
Yeah.
It was, and if my family's at a show or something, I'm like, let's skip.
Yeah,
let's skip
like,
this
maybe
one.
Not
Can we not? Yeah.
Well, what was it like releasing that too? Because I know, you wrote those songs, there's therapy for you, but then when it's like sharing it publicly, releasing it, knowing that, like your friends and everyone's going to hear it, and I could see where that would be scary.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And the only reason that I think that I was able to still put them all out was because I was so exhausted from the fighting and the breakup and all of that I just didn't even have it in me to pretend anymore that I was okay.
Yeah.
I was just like, y'all are used to who you've seen probably online and at shows for the last however long, but like, I can't pretend, and I'm just gonna be real with y'all because this is where I am right now, and y'all don't have to stick around to listen to me cry about it, but I'm gonna cry about it for a minute.
And you're so allowed to do that, and look at where like that's taken you, that vulnerability. I really think fans and audiences love that, because then they actually are like, oh, they're a real person, like sharing. And I have struggled with being vulnerable forever, so I get that in a way of just, it's hard, but for them it's so meaningful.
Well, I learned after the fact that the reason it's so amazing, and I will forever be vulnerable now, is because the people who are part of the Cole team or part of the family, the sisterhood that has started to happen online, like 2 million followers now, it's crazy how much they want to make me feel better.
Yeah.
It's like I was getting messages from so many people saying, I went through the same thing and I am with the man of my dreams now, so in love, so happy, you're gonna be okay. Like, these messages from people made me cry. And obviously I got a ton of the messages that were what I expected, that were like, I'm sad too, so I don't feel alone because I've heard these songs. I didn't expect the people who were gonna make me feel a hug of a message that was like, no, you're gonna be okay. And I was like, I didn't realize that they cared about, a random singer online. And then it's like, wait, this is more than that. We're a community, we're a sisterhood, and at shows,
I love that.
I can tell they are becoming friends with each other and sharing stories and healing together. It's just like, it's so beautiful to see that it's really just about community. And
I love that. And sometimes we forget that, like, they're actual people. I was just talking about this today.
number is a crazy thing when you think about 2 million actually being 2 million bodies, like human bodies.
It's insane. Like,
that's
think of
a
that
lot of
in a
people.
room, like, or at a concert where that's insane. So that's so cool. Congratulations on also learning to be vulnerable and letting that happen, with
trial
your
by
audience.
fire. I think I was kind of thrown into it.
Yep. Well, you did it really well.
We survived.
Yes,
still
you
breathing.
survived.
Live
you
to tell the tale.
survived, so we're good. All right, so we're going to go through some Q&A questions that I ask every guest on the podcast. So what is your sound DNA? So if you had to pick some artists who influenced you, that made you, who would that be?
Sound DNA is such a cool way to say it, first of all. Love
Thank
that.
Thank you.
But, I grew up in Texas, where we had a lot of different influences in music, because I was on the north side, like near Houston, but still 45 minutes from where like downtown Houston is, and on the outskirts too. So we had Texas country kind of on one side, and then you've got like your urban and your pop on the other side.
Yeah.
And I played sports, so the locker room was just a mix of all different genres. But I think the music that I remember singing along to the most, I loved vocalists. So I would I would listen to a lot of like Rascal Flatts, Gary LaVox, Miranda Lambert, Kelly Clarkson, Tim McGraw. People, I mean, my parents' favorite band was Journey, so I listened to a lot of Journey growing up, a lot of their songs. But then like the Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, like vocal acrobatics, I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. So those are, it's like kind of all over the place. Yeah. But I think that's just kind of Houston in a nutshell.
No, I love that. That's awesome. Okay, what are some of your set list staples? Like, it could be one of your songs that you play at every show, or a cover that you play at every show.
Now a set list staple for sure is Daylight in a Buck Short.
It has to be now.
It has to be. But I will say, I just wrote a song. It's not out yet, but I've been playing it at all my shows because it's a prayer. It's like a message that I want people to leave the show knowing and believing in themselves, and it's called What It Takes. So I don't know when it'll come out, but
I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones now.
Awesome.
And I played it every show because I realized, like, when I was writing it, I mean, we were crying. We were just talking through all of these things that we've gone through in life. And, you know, the chorus, like, I'll just give you a piece of it. But it's like, I'm worthy of a love that lasts a lifetime, and a smile that lights the world up like the sunshine. Happiness ain't found, it's created. And I've got what it takes to make it.
Oh, I love that. Is that the one you shared online
Showing my mom.
with your mom?
Yes,
I saw
yes.
that. That's a beautiful song.
Thank you. Yeah, it was like, dang, I needed this message years ago.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is like the letter to younger me that just don't settle and believe in yourself, and you're worthy.
Everyone needs to hear that.
Yeah. And I think everyone forgets it for sure, that why are you, like, why me? Why am I worth, you know, a love that lasts forever? And obviously a big piece of that is God too. It's like, you don't have to dial it down to be just that, but it's like, you deserve love.
Yeah. I love that. I bet that's becoming a favorite quickly throughout all of your shows.
I just don't know how I could leave a show at this point. And maybe it's because when I'm singing all these difficult songs, it's something that I need after it. Because I'm like, okay,
let me take a breath, recenter, get my voice good. Yeah.
Like, everyone's going to be okay. Like, it's tough. We all go through tough things, but we can heal. And that's why, like, humanity is beautiful, because there's always the light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, for sure. Okay, so speaking of tour earlier, what are some tour essentials?
Tour essentials: dark chocolate,
yum,
bourbon.
Gotta have it
on every rider.
That's awesome. I love that. Do you remember your first gig ever?
The national anthem.
Yeah. So how old do you think you were around then?
The first ones we did were for basketball, and Kristen and I were both there. I guess this was probably freshman year of high school, singing the national anthem.
Nice.
But, like, that's all I really did in high school were anthems.
Yeah.
So, real show, I guess probably my senior year, I entered, like, a singing contest, but it still wasn't like a show. It was like, I sang Lady Gaga, You and I, and Sarah Evans' Born to Fly.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Like, straight up karaoke, Woodlands Idol.
Oh
literally karaoke contest, yeah.
That's so cool. What is your go-to karaoke song?
Oh, before I was a singer, it'd be fun to sing songs.
Yeah.
But now, I feel like when a singer gets up to sing karaoke...
Yep.
I mean, maybe if you're somewhere where truly no one knows who you are, it's fun to just sing something. But if you're with all your friends, they all know you're a singer. It's like, I'm picking either like an old funny Britney Spears song, like Toxic, or doing like dun 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 dun, dun tequila. Like, just something funny. Or I'll do a rap song.
Okay,
just
that's
like,
fun.
First off, you know what it is.
Yes.
Drake. Like,
that's
just something
so fun.
funny, yeah.
Well, sometimes, you know what I find, which... that I am calling out all my friends right now. They don't want to sing with you at karaoke. And I'm like, y'all, I will sing bad on purpose if that's what it's going to take to make you sing with me. But I think, it's hard with karaoke.
Well, it's more
singers.
like it's our job to perform well. So if I want it to feel not like
it has to be
job,
fun.
And I love singing. So it's fun to just go and belt something out that's totally not a song you'd ever do in your own world. Like, I've done like a Paramore song before.
Yeah, that's fun.
Misery Business or something. It's like, I would not put Misery Business in my country music set.
Yeah.
But to just like have your little angsty high school screaming self is fun.
Yep, I know. Me and my friend Sophie just did Heartbreaker down in Key West because there was
so
literally
fun.
No one. There was one old couple that was there, and that's when it's fun. Just goof off, have fun. Okay, do you have a favorite song of yours? Which we might have kind of already answered this, but for the moment.
I actually think the thing I was really excited about this past year, I had a song that really blew up. It was actually on Sirius XM, but it was only on the highway. It wasn't in regular rotation. But it's called Daddy Daughter Dance.
Oh,
and
so good.
It's one of my favorites because it's not about a boy.
Yeah.
Other than my dad. Sorry,
Other
it
than
is
your
about
dad.
a guy. It's not about a heartbreak
about a
boy.
man. Yeah.
It's about a man who's never like treated me poorly. And you know, I know some people have relationships with their dads that aren't maybe as close, but I've heard people saying like, this is my stepdad in my life, or this is my grandpa in my life, or my mom wore both hats, and this applies to my mom still. So it's just about whoever that parental figure is or role model figure is that like wants you to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And so the 3 plays on it are the daddy daughter dance that we did in Texas growing up, which is like they decorate like the high school gymnasium for like little kids, you know, like middle school or elementary school kids, and the dads and daughters do this like bonding experience. They'll have like a luau theme or something like that. And so that's the first version of it. And I was like, okay, the father-daughter dance of a wedding. Yeah. We can play on those 2. But the third one, it's like the difficulty of navigating the relationship of 2 people who do not understand each other at all and are not meant to. Like a little girl shouldn't understand how a grown man's thinking, and a grown man has no clue how a little girl feels at all. So navigating that relationship and, you know, realizing that when your dad's saying your shorts are too short and you can't watch a PG-13 movie till you're 16, doesn't mean he's trying to ruin your life, even though it feels like it. It's him trying to do what's right and protect you. And it's like that's all kind of touched on in different lyrics throughout the song.
Yeah, and it's the daddy-daughter dance of like understanding
figuring that out.
I love that. That's such a cool idea around that. Well, shout out to all the dads. That's so sweet. Okay, so we are moving on to a quick like rapid fire this or that section.
I'm ready.
So acoustic set or full band? I know it's really hard for me too.
Full band.
All right, Tennessee or Texas?
Texas, come on.
Whiskey or tequila?
Whiskey.
Classic or modern country?
Classic.
Small towns or big cities?
Why did I just glitch? I just glitched in real time. You know what, actually, I was still thinking about your last question.
Oh, no,
the modern versus classic. So I was
Yeah.
just like, I really like modern country, too.
I do, too. It's
So,
hard
like,
to pick a main.
Yeah, and, like, some people's version of classic is probably not
The same.
because I'm thinking, like, 90s to 2000s country.
Yeah.
Like,
that's our classic. Cause that's
that's our classic. But I'm like,
country.
other people would be like, you know, thinking of like Hank, and I'm like, yeah.
So let's say
I respect all of that. But
90s or modern country.
Yeah,
say.
90s,
Okay.
90s for sure.
Okay.
Right? And early
So,
2000s.
Yes.
Chef's kiss.
The best.
Yes. Okay.
So small towns or big cities?
Small towns.
Okay. Belt buckle or bolo tie?
Bolo tie.
Yeah. I feel like you wear those often, right?
I actually
I've
I have poppies.
Okay, I was gonna say I've
So,
definitely seen you.
I've worn it. You know, I don't wear it all the time, but I
Yeah.
wear it whenever it like
Aw.
works with the fit.
That's so sweet. Okay, do you say y'all or you guys?
Come on.
You better
I probably
say
said y'all like 200 times
I know,
on this podcast.
I know. I feel like everyone I know says y'all.
Well,
Like it's not often I hear you guys.
Look, I am an English nerd, which is so funny because like when I'm talking with my family in like Louisiana or Texas or something, like obviously all of our slang and stuff will come out. But y'all is just a proper contraction.
Yeah.
It's between you all.
Yes.
It's actually an effective way to speak faster.
Yeah, it's not really like slang in a way because it's more of like
People act like it is, but it's the same as can't or don't.
Yeah,
it's
no, it
y'all,
really is.
you all. I'm like, why are people making this so weird?
I know. Just say y'all.
It's
It makes
y'all.
more sense.
Y'all can say it in New York.
Exactly.
It means you all.
Yes. Okay, so before you go, you're going to play us Stay Late in a Buck Short here in my podcast room. I'm so excited. But before you do that, will you just look into that camera and tell everyone where they can find you and follow you online?
Y'all can find me on all my socials at Julia Cole Music or my website, juliacolemusic.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on today, Julia. This was so fun. And here she goes playing Day Late in a Buck Short.
2, 3, 4. You packed that mossy oak, 1 case of 3 awaiting. Caught you a blue-eyed doe, but ain't whitetail you chasing. Said you'd be home by Sunday, but I went to church alone. It's 2 p.m. on Monday, and here you come, pulling in the neighborhood, but you ain't out the woods yet. Smiling like you had some luck, but that's an empty truck bed. You went out hunting but forgot your gun. Oh dear, tell me something, do you think I'm dumb? Camo can't cover up the smell of her sweet Dior. So there's your suitcase, baby, on the front porch, 'cause you're a day late and a buck short. Hey! Go ahead, boy, shoot your shot. Talk your way out of this one. Point blank, yeah, you got caught. There's nowhere left to run. Red-handed with that shade, pink lipstick on your collar. You packed Lucchese's to climb deer stands in the holler. You went out hunting but forgot your gun. Oh dear, tell me something, do you think I'm dumb? Camo can't cover up the smell of her sweet Dior. So there's your suitcase, baby, on the front porch, 'cause you're a day late and a buck short. Hey! A day late and a buck short. A day late and a buck short. You're a day late and a buck short. If you ain't ready to meet the Lord, you better hightail it out the door, 'cause this rifle here ain't yours no more. Oh, you went out hunting but forgot your gun. Oh dear, tell me something, do you think I'm dumb? Camo can't cover up the smell of her sweet Dior. So there's your suitcase, baby, on the front porch, 'cause you're a day late and a buck short. There's your suitcase, baby, on the front porch, 'cause you're a day late and a buck short. Hey! A day late and a buck short.